Let's talk about artificial intelligence. I believe everyone has been very familiar to artificial intelligence. For example, we have been using iPhone Siri system, Google Assistant system, Amazon Alexa system. We can talk to the device and then get some information out of the device. But those artificial intelligence systems are kind of basic. We can only find what the weather looks like tomorrow, what is the most popular show, what is the popular restaurant near me, this kind of basic information from those artificial intelligence systems. How can we use artificial intelligence to analyze some complex business data? This is the most important question and advanced use of artificial intelligence, right? I want to introduce one of the advanced artificial intelligence called IBM Cognos Analytics with Watson to everyone. This system has more advanced features. It can help business professionals to analyze data and find useful information from the dataset. This system doesn't require the user to know any business analytics knowledge. You probably has never used the business analytics system at all, but this kind of artificial intelligence system can help users with no business analytics background or knowledge to find useful information. This is the purpose of artificial intelligence, right? Use AI to replace human brains. Basically, this is the purpose of AI. Before we talk about the IBM Cognos system, I want to make sure everybody understands that IBM Cognos is not the only business AI system. There are tons of other options. For example, Amazon Web Service system, Microsoft Azure system. All of these are useful and advanced artificial intelligence systems. The reason I choose IBM Cognos for this class is that IBM is the only system that offers free trials without asking everyone to provide credit card information. That's the main reason I choose IBM Cognos system for this class. But other advanced systems such as Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, maybe they have more advanced features. But those systems ask you to provide credit card information so that you can use the free trial version. I don't think everyone has credit card information in this class, right? That's why I choose IBM Cognos. You can have a 30-day free trial of this system without paying or without registering your credit card information. This is the main reason we choose IBM Cognos. In the future, if you have a chance to get in touch with Amazon AWS service, Microsoft Azure service, if you get a chance, make sure you try those systems. In my opinion, those systems are as good as IBM Cognos. Amazon AWS and the Azure system are even more powerful in some areas. In this class, we will just use IBM Cognos to learn what AI system is, how AI can be used in business analytics. This is the interface you can see once you log in IBM Cognos. In my little system, I have showed you how to register a free trial account on IBM. If you haven't registered your account yet, please follow that instruction on my little online to register and log in your free trial account. Once you finish your registration, go to this website, myibm.ibm.com. This is the gateway for us to get into IBM Cognos system. myibm.ibm.com. So once you log in this system, click on launch. And then you should be able to see this screen. The first step is to upload data. Because AI system is powerful, but if you don't offer data to the AI system, the system doesn't know how to analyze the data set, right? You have two ways to upload data to IBM Cognos. First, you can directly click Upload Data this box, and then you can select a data set from your computer and then upload it to IBM Cognos. Another way is to click the 4 bars icon in the upper left corner, and then there is a blue Upload Files. You can use this link to upload data as well. So either way, you can upload data to IBM Cognos. And then after you upload the data set, you can access to the data set in two ways as well. You can either click Exploration. Once you click Exploration, click My Content. The data you just uploaded to should be there. Or you can click this 4 bars icon in the upper left corner, and then click Content. Same thing, click My Content tab. You should be able to see your data set. In this video, I want to use a data set that already existed in IBM Cognos. So for this exercise, you don't have to upload any data. You can access to the data in the cloud, in the IBM Cognos cloud. I want you to click Team Content, and then click Get Started, and then click Data, and then I want you to click Banking Loss Events. This is the data set. We will be using this data set, Banking Loss Event data set. Once you open this data set, Cognos gives you a chance to take a preview of the data set. What you can do is just to simply drag Banking Loss Events to this channel. Then you should be able to see all data set. But if you have learned business analytics for a long time, we really don't care about each data record in the data set. What we care about is the column name, because we will build analytical models based on the column name. That's why Cognos already listed all the column names in the data set for us. For example, a bank could open branches in different regions, right? We'll save different regions in the region column. A bank could have different businesses. Some businesses are related to mortgage. Some businesses are related to savings and check-ins. Some businesses are related to investment banking. We record different types of businesses in the business column. We also need to list the different categories of risks the bank could face. For example, some fraud, some reporting errors, some default issues from the mortgage users. We record all of these risk categories in the risk category column. If you want to list the detail about each risk, you can list the detail in the risk subcategory column, and so on and so forth. We also need to record when a loss happened, in which year the loss happened. We record the year data in the year column. And then in the net loss column, we need to record how much each loss cost the bank, how much we can get back from the loss. All of this information are recorded in this data set. If you prefer, you can take a look at the data in details. But as I said, in business analytics, we really don't care about each record of data. We care about these columns. So in the future, we can build analytical models. Now let's build the analytical models by using artificial intelligence. As I said, The purpose of AI is to replace human intelligence, meaning that we don't need to build any analytical model as we did in other classes. The AI system can help us to build the mathematical model. How can the AI system do that? Let me show you. Click the 4 bars icon in the upper left corner, and then click Content. Because IBM is using cache technology, what you have browsed will be recorded in the IBM cloud. So I believe you should be able to see the source data directly after you click Content. If you cannot see banking loss event, click Content, and then click Team Content, this tab, Team Content, and then click Get Started, and then click Data Folder, and then you should be able to see banking loss events. This time, don't click on the dataset directly. Instead, move the mouse over this panel, and then you should be able to see 3 dots. This 3 dot icon show up in the upper right corner. Click on this 3 dots, and then click Create Dashboard. Create Dashboard. Now we need to choose a format template for the dashboard for the analytical model we will be using. You can choose 1 panel format, 2 panels. It doesn't matter. I would choose a 4 panel format because I will create 4 analytical models. So let's choose the 4 panel template. And then click Create in the upper right corner. We still see the source data on the left panel, but this time you cannot preview the dataset anymore. You can only access to the column names in the source data. As I said, in business analytics, we care about these column names so that we can build models. We don't really care about the data records, each data record in detail. So we will be using these column names to build models. The first question I want to answer is, so I have several different branches in different locations, in different regions. I want to see the total of losses each different region occurred. It's better to build a bar chart, right? If you want to build some chart, click Visualization on the left panel. You see this bar chart? When you move the mouse over the bar chart on the left navigation bar, you should be able to see visualization. Click on it. And then you can choose all kinds of visualization tools so that you can analyze data and then see the result immediately. For the first question, I want to see the total of losses in different regions. I want to use column chart. So let's click and drag the column chart to one of the panel on the right. If you want to make it look nicer, drag this cross icon and then drag it into one of the panel. And then you can resize the chart as well, right? To make it nicer, more organized. But the format is not required for this class, right? I believe you will learn how to make the chart look nicer in other business analytics courses. In this class, we are interested in how AI analyze data. It's very simple, actually. So I want to organize the data sets according to different regions. Obviously, the columns should be created according to different regions, right? So I want to drag regions, drag it, and then drop it under bars. Nothing show up yet because we haven't defined the total losses in each region. What we need to do is to drag net loss and then drop it into length, this function. And then you can immediately see how much loss has happened in each region. You see, very simple, right? We don't have to choose different visualization tools as we did in other software like Excel, we can immediately see the results. Oh, by the way, each visualization tool on the left panel actually represents an analytical model. IBM Cognos combines visualization with analytical model together. So eventually, when we see the results, we'll see the visualization results. But behind the visualization, the charts, tables, other visualization results are created by the analytical models. As I said, IBM Cognos is an AI system, so IBM doesn't show us how this chart is created because that's the job of IBM AI system. We don't need to worry about how we create this chart, what model we should use. We will be given immediate results from the IBM Cognos system. Can you feel the convenience of an AI system? I felt it. We definitely want to know more information about the losses that has occurred in this bank. For example, the risk management department manager could ask you, can you show me in which risk category I lost most of the money? Obviously, you can use this column chart or bar chart, right? But since Cognos is an advanced system, we can create a variety of more advanced charts. For example, I can use something called a word cloud. You can choose word cloud from the visualization tool on the left navigation bar. Click visualization and then choose word cloud and then click on it and then drag it and drop it to the right panel. You can drag the cross icon to make it look nicer. So here we need to show different words that represent different risks, right? As I said, the details of the risks are recorded in risk subcategory. So you can drag this column and then drop it under words. You start seeing some category names, right? But since we haven't classified different risks according to losses, so they have the same size. We cannot show in which category we lost most of the money. How can we show it? We drag net loss and then drop it under size. Then you can see the size of different risks has changed. The more money we lost in one category, the larger that category text will be. So obviously from this word cloud, you can immediately identify in which risk category we lost most of the money. In which category? Theft and fraud. What about the next category? Reporting and disclosure. What about the third one? Vendors and suppliers. Obviously, we lost most of the money in these three categories. The more money we lost in one category, the larger the category text will be in a word cloud. Very intuitive. We can also analyze data according to multiple standards. For example, I want to show the net loss in different region, different business division, and different risk subcategories. So we want to classify net loss according to three standards, right? Region, business, and subcategory. We can use something called a radar chart. Let me show you. Click visualization, and then let's find the radar chart. Drag it into the panel. Move it a little bit to make it look nicer. You see the data has been classified in one step. Then we want to drag a business into x-axis again. You see the data has been changed again. And then we want to drag risk subcategory into x-axis. Now you see the data has been separated according to three standards. When you move the mouse over each blue dot in the radar chart, you can see how much you lost in different region, different business, different subcategories. For example, let's click on this dot. The outermost dot. When you move the mouse over that dot, you can see the total of net loss in Asia Pacific corporate finance business, vendors and suppliers related loss is $46,751,434.08. When you move to other dots, you can see the net loss in that region, that business, and that subcategory. The next question I care about is the future. In the future, which factors should I control in order to reduce risks, in order to reduce net loss? In IBM Cognos, we can use something called the driver analysis. Before that, let me move the cross a little bit to make it look nicer. And then click visualization. And then drag driver analysis to the fourth panel. Drag it a little bit. So this analysis is complicated, sounds complicated, but in Cognos, it's really easy to implement. We only need to drag net loss into target. And then Cognos will immediately give us the results, give us the answer. Note that the blue bubble represents one factor analysis, meaning that blue bubble represents only one independent variable. The green bubble represents two drivers analysis, meaning that each green bubble represents a combination of two independent variables. And also, this position shows the predictive strength. For example, the first green bubble is at around 80, right? If you move the mouse over the first green bubble, it shows that the predictive strength of this bubble is about 80%. And this green bubble represents a two-factor analysis. So you can see the combination of recovery amounts and business is a predictor of net loss for the future management. And the predictive strength of these two factors, recovery amount and business, together, these two factors together, can predict about 80% of the net loss for the future. Also, we have another combination of two factors. They also have the same predictive strength, 79%. And the second combination is estimated gross loss and business. These two factors can also predict the net loss with 79% predictive strength. And then let's use another blue bubble to, let's see, another one. How about this one? Okay, as I said, each blue bubble represents one independent variable, right? So as you can see, in this blue bubble, we only have one independent variable, that is business. And the predictive strength of business for the future net loss is about 48%. Of course, the larger the predictive strength is, the more we need to focus on that bubble. Among all of these blue and green bubbles, which one should we focus on? We need to focus on the one with the largest predictive strength, which is the first green bubble. So these are the factors you need to control for the future. These factors include recovery amount, business, and estimated growth. So as a manager, you need to focus on these three independent variables. In the future, you can control more risks and reduce net loss. This is how we perform analysis in IBM Cognos. As you can see, it's very simple, very easy to use. That's why AI-based systems such as IBM Cognos, Amazon AWS service, Microsoft Azure get so popular in business analytics industry. So once you finish your analysis, you want to save it. How can you save it? Click this little disk icon, and then you can give it a name. Let's call this My Banking Loss Analysis. And then you want to save it into My Content folder, right? Click My Content, and then click Save. So next time when you log in Cognos, you can reopen your analysis. There is another cool feature of Cognos. You can actually export your analysis into a PDF file. Let me show you. Click this share link, this icon in the upper left corner, share link, and then click export. And then it will be exported into a PDF format, and then click export. You can download your analysis, your dashboard, into a PDF file, which is very cool. In the future, if you are a paid user of Cognos system, you can even share your analysis over the internet. You can click a link, and then you should be able to get a link. You can share this analysis with anybody in the world as long as they are on the internet.